I jokingly said the other night when I was hanging out with John that I had the production backpack, but tonight we really truly do have the production backpack on. We're gonna be getting some nighttime pickup shots, and we're gonna run about a mile out, start filming, and then run a mile back. So not a very long run, but I've got a lot of stuff on me. Probably about 25 pounds worth of equipment on my back and shoulder, between the drone, the camera, tripod, light battery, light, GoPro, lens kits, and what else I got going on here? I think that's kind of it. I have that trail race this weekend, and it's gonna be all at night. Normally I would just put, you know, the GoPro, and it's gonna be dark footage. I mean, you've seen the kind of stuff I film at night, but I thought it might be cool to experiment with getting some like cinematic pickup shots to weave into that video to kind of make it more interesting and, you know, ultimately tell a better story, if I can say such a thing. We're at our first filming stop. This is you can't really see it, but there's a big old lake here, and the trail runs right down the middle of the lake. I know you've seen it in previous videos of me running this trail, but I've just been kind of obsessed with it for forever. There is just something about it that seems simply so epic. And I think it'd be great for a drone shot. So we're not going to do a whole lot of drone, just maybe 1 or 2 shots. So I'm going to take it up, and once it's in the air, I'll kind of figure out what the game plan is. I have a rough idea, but you know, it's hard to envision, especially with a drone, what your night shots are going to look like, because night shots don't always look great. Drones are definitely not designed to be flown at night. In fact, you're not supposed to fly them at night. It is technically illegal to fly them at night without the proper permits. Obviously, we're way out here in the woods. I'm staying under 90 feet, so I'm compliant with local FAA regulations. But still, anyways, point of it being that drones are not good night cameras. They don't have particularly large sensors, for obvious reasons. They're on tiny drones. So, you know, it is what it is. We're off. We're gonna get it out of the tree line, take it off. That landing light should turn off here in just a second. And let's take a look here. If I point, let's find myself. Yep, okay, there I am. So that does look pretty cool. Hopefully we can still track that if we go out a little bit further. Yeah, that looks pretty righteous, if I do say so myself. We're at -3 EV. We're gonna bump up the exposure just like 3. It's not gonna, all right, cool. So we're just gonna set this down and we're just gonna run. We'll run there, we'll run back, and hopefully the shot looks like something. I don't know how wide my field of vision is, so we're gonna go to right about here. Let's double back. And look at this, we're getting 2 shots for the price of 1. Although, because this is so dark, it doesn't really mean much. I hope my headlamp's on full blast. All right, so that was shot 1. We're not gonna get much better than that with how tall it is, or how bright. What am I trying to say? I don't know. What I'm trying to say is, let's go to shot number 2, which will be just a overhead of the run. We got a pretty decent amount of light, so we're gonna go pretty high. All right, so set that down and we'll get running shot number 2. You know what? Let's get a little running room so we can really milk that black screen. This is filming for the edit. We want a nice, fresh black screen. So I'm gonna look down and I'm gonna slowly look up just in case my headlamp is on the far right side of the screen. We can get the full shot, the full cut, the full frame. And again, I don't know how far my frame is here, but just based by my ears. And of course, these are being shot in 4K 60 frames per second. The 60 frames is so that I can do it in half speed, which always just makes things feel and look a little more cinematic and smooth. And I think it's a nice, I think it'll be a nice break from the wiggly wobbly grainy GoPro shots that will inevitably be 90 to 100% of this video essentially. All right, now I gotta find myself again. Okay, there's my light. So we're gonna go low to the horizon. And now, here's where it's tricky. The drone doesn't know how far it is off the ground. But I'm gonna take this opportunity. I have no vision sensors, so I'm just going back to the dark. I'm gonna practice that backup. I like the way the water, my light is reflecting off the water. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it into cinema mode so the controller is a little bit less sensitive. And I'm gonna run with this while pulling the directional back. You getting this, camera guy? The directional back, and I'm gonna kind of look at the drone because I want to get that water off of there. So hopefully this works. We'll back up, we'll give a little more running room here. All right. Again, I'm gonna point our light down so we can get some of that black screen, and we're gonna go. And the point here is we really want, okay, drone's not backing up at all. Okay, wait, let's reset. Here we go. Let's give it a little more gas this time. Trying to peek down, although you're not gonna see my controller. There we go, that looks good. That looks good. I don't know how much of the water reflection we got, but at least we're getting some movement, which is like, you know, the whole point of a drone shot. That looks kind of cool, just that alone. You can't see it probably, but all right. So let's bring our drone back. How you doing, buddy? You all right out there? Let's check our line of sight. We're gonna try to do a tracking shot as best as we can. Needs to go a little faster than that. I mean, at least we're getting, I hope you can't see too much of my run because it looks so silly. Woo! We almost just wiped out into a tree. That, folks, is lucky day. Lucky day that just did not almost happen. All right. So here's where I don't really know what's coming next. So we're gonna go up and back. And hopefully we can just get some cool stuff of the ground. This one you're gonna be able to see probably my controller. So I'm gonna sort of hide it behind my back here. And all we need is just like a little bit of time in the shot because it's in half speed. Yeah, that should look pretty cool. I like the movement. Let's see if we can catch it up in the valley here. I'm gonna run a little bit faster. Here we go. I'm trying to steer it backwards right now, but I like this. Let's check the shot. Oh man, you know what we didn't see though? But it's okay. It was pointed at the ground. So let's bring it up. Okay, let's try it again, but now the camera's pointing straight at us. Let me check my frame. Okay, I'm gonna point my headlamp so we're not getting a lens flare. I should not be talking right now. That's good, I'm happy with that. All right, now we're gonna do the reverse because we have to go back, so we might as well do the reverse. This is gonna be, hopefully, a pretty good shot. Ooh, this is sketchy as heck because I cannot see it. So, okay, this is not as meaningful because I can't see it. My chances of hitting a tree are like pretty high right about here. Okay, that's a much better speed. Okay. I think that's good for drone for right now. Land this baby and I'll check back in when something else happens. Okay, so what we have here is a very bright light hooked up to a very thick battery. We have it behind the bushes. We're gonna go over here to our camera and we're gonna make an attempt to back silhouette this shot running by the camera. It's bright, but it's still not bright enough for what I'd like to do, but it's just gonna give some separation, hopefully, to the shot. We're filming this in 120 frames per second. This is just a quick one I'm gonna grab. We're gonna get one that's a little higher up. I'm doing a lot of random shots here because it's a bit of a guessing game as to what these are all gonna look like. This is very silly. You're probably asking, Keller, is this the most self-serving thing you've ever done? And unfortunately, my answer is absolutely not. Far from it. I've done far more self-serving things. Down here. Okay. All right, that's all I'm gonna show you for now. I'll check back in when I have something else interesting. I got some stuff, nothing crazy, but we're kind of at the end of our journey here. So we're gonna set up for our last couple of shots, but I need a minute here to fix myself. We're setting up another silhouette shot here that is really crooked. There we go. So this is another silhouette. Pretty much same deal as before. Two things you might be thinking, or a couple things. One, Keller, are you going to be wearing the same clothes? I don't know. I dressed my best guess, but as I'm out here, I'm thinking, man, I'm a little bit hot. So, but whatever. Again, it doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm trying to fool anybody, right? I mean, everyone knows I'm not getting these shots while running a race. It's just for funsies onesies, guys. Relax. The other thing you might be thinking is, I don't know. I cannot hold my train of thought right now. I suck so bad at doing two things at once. I suck so bad at doing one thing at once. Are we still in autofocus? Yeah, okay. I feel good. I feel done. I'm gonna pack up the camera and what have you and run back. Now I can get a little bit of a jaunt going here. Yeah, because this light and battery setup is really not bad in terms of weight. So I'm gonna go back and look at this footage because if I can fit in, I mean, this has been an hour. So if I can get an hour-long run and the GoPro footage presumably looks relatively decent, then I could manage this setup. I think the key is to take off the diffuser on the light and mount the light on my chest going forward and not on my back going up and over me. Oh, that's it. We made it back to the car. That was under an hour, that whole trip. All right, well, hey, I got light. Woo! Woohoo! People on the road are like, who is this guy? Who's this light? Yeah, thanks for joining. And if you want to see this footage, you'll have to check out the race video when it's up and posted. Don't know when that will be, but you know, sometime next week, maybe early, maybe late. Don't know what to tell you.